Welcome to the Mayor's Show. I know I always tell you we have great shows and important shows, but today I want you to really pay attention. This is a very serious thing we're doing here today on technology and with crime the way it is today, and I'm always looking for a way to prevent it with our police department. We go to any way we have to go to make this work here in Bensalem. We're going to protect the people here in Bensalem. So we want to talk to you today about technology that we can use and have been using, and maybe even make it more focused around our whole community. So I have with us today our Director of Public Safety, Bill McVeigh. Bill, welcome.
Thank you, Mayor. Good morning.
As always, good morning. And to my left is our detective, our sergeant detective, Glenn Vandergrift, who both aces all of this stuff here at Bensalem. I know our technology, you've been on top of this for a long time, Glenn. So we're going to get started. I guess you give me an overview of what we're doing. And as you can see over here, Glenn has a lot of information. I've been briefed on this. I think I understand it. I do understand it all. So give you an opportunity to understand it. And we hopefully that you'll join in on some of these things that you can actually volunteer on. So with that, Director.
Thank you, Mayor. Thank you, Glenn. It's a pleasure to be here today. And as we always say, our most important asset for public safety is the cops on the ground and the officers out there to put their life on the line every day. But as we're seeing, a close second is technology. And through the years here at Bensalem, under your leadership and with council's approval, we've implemented technologies, intersection cameras, license plate readers, that have really helped the Bensalem Police Department solve a lot of crimes recently. So with that, when we scan the environment on what's better, we came across this new platform. What we're going to unveil shortly is Fusus, and that's going to bring a real-time crime center to the Bensalem Police Department. And what it does is it brings all of our cameras together through the intersections, hopefully through businesses, hopefully through residents. So it's a true community policing collaboration with technology. And I truly believe that this will be the next level to stop crime in its tracks and also get our officers more intelligence as they respond to a scene, which now in our society, any bit of intelligence we can get on the way to a case could save an officer's life, could prevent someone from committing the crime. So this is really important for all our residents and business members to hopefully listen and embrace this so we can work together to keep Bensalem safe. And I think...
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
And I think once they hear Detective Sergeant Vandergrift speak, they'll really understand what's behind this program. All our police officers are behind this, and we're really hoping that this opens that doorway to get more people to work with us, and it's a force multiplier for our police department to help keep our residents safe.
Yeah, before I start with you, Glenn, I just want to say how important it is here and what we've done in Bensalem. The support of our police department is so important. We're not going to put up with the nonsense. I'm not putting up with it, and I know our police are not going to put up with it. We're going to do the right thing, the right way. We're trained. Our men and women go through this daily. They put their lives on the line for you and I, and so I hope you understand what we're trying to accomplish here today. It's another tool in the toolbox. So Glenn, you're a tech guy, and so if you can explain all this to us, we really appreciate it.
Sure. Well, first, thank you, Mayor, for having me here today. Thank you, Director. I think this is a really big deal for us, and it's going to be a really big deal for the community. So if we can get the community's involvement, the businesses' involvement, it is just going to take this program and make it so big. We're going to really be able to solve and prevent crime with this. So this program was brought to us a little while ago, and as soon as we saw it, we came to you, and you love this program as well, and we thank you for that because this is going to help us do our job better and safer. So this is, as the director stated, a real-time crime center. So every one of our police officers is going to have access to cameras, license plate readers in the township. This is real-time. They can see inside of businesses or external cameras of businesses if a burglary is occurring, or after something happens, we're going to ask residents to register their homes for their cameras so we can instantly send them an email or a text message saying, hey, could you check your video? If you have video of this incident, could you send it up on this secure link for us?
But that's voluntary.
That's
On a-
voluntary,
that's
absolutely.
totally voluntary.
That's on a case-by-case basis, Mayor. So the businesses, we're asking them to register and give us access to live view cameras so that if there is something that happens, some emergency situation, we can access their cameras. For the residents, this is a completely separate portion. We're just asking them to provide us with their contact information. And their contact information is going to be put into a secure map. And that map can only be accessed by the Bensalem Township Police Department, by nobody else. Then if a crime occurs, after the fact, we always go out and we canvass neighborhoods for videos. Ring doorbell cameras, other makes of cameras. It's very time consuming for us to knock on everybody's door. People aren't home. It takes them a while to respond. This is going to give us the ability to go onto this map, draw a circle, and instantly request video from all of the homes within that circle if they register their cameras with the Bensalem Police Department. So this is such a huge time saver for us with regards to folks when they register their cameras, because all of that legwork that we did before will now be cut out, and we'll be able to solve these crimes much quicker utilizing this technology. So I really want to make sure that we discern between the two different parts of this. We have the FUSIS registry, which we're going to put a link at the bottom, a QR code, where anybody, a business or a homeowner, can go to that link and they can sign up. It only takes 5 minutes. It's secure. Nobody else knows that you have registered with the township, with the exception of the Bensalem Township Police Department. Once they register their cameras, then they will get those real-time notifications asking for video. And that's the registry portion of it for our residents. The FUSIS Connect portion is a portion for our businesses. Now, we don't ask our residents to live view cameras. We will not ask them to give up their privacy. But what we do want is, we have had businesses come to us numerous occasions say, what can we do to help the police? And this is something that these businesses can do now. They can help the police by adding a simple device, and I have one right here to show. This is just a simple device that gets put in the business. This gets plugged into the camera network, and within 30 minutes, we get it connected and up and running, and the police department will have live view access of any cameras that the business would like us to see. If they only want to have us see the external cameras on the business, that's fine. If they want to give us internal access to the cameras, that's fine as well. I can say that we have a couple of partners now that have given us access to their external and their internal cameras, and it has already solved crimes. We were able to apprehend 4 juveniles committing a burglary utilizing this new technology. So it has already proven itself, and the more businesses and residents we get onto this program, the better off the township is going to be, the safer it's going to be, and the more crimes we're going to be able to solve.
Smart cities thrive on intelligence, and the most powerful form of intelligence available to a city is video. But till now, the fusion of public and private video was impossible without millions of dollars of investment, thousands of hours of custom integration, and new cameras and software. Every day, thousands of calls are made to 911 centers. But 911 operators and first responders are stuck working with limited information regarding the location and nature of situations as they unfold. And the time spent gathering intelligence leads to lost property and lives. Enter FUSIS. FUSIS combines all public and private video resources into one common operating system in minutes, with very little setup time and no change to the camera systems in place. It starts with the FUSIS core. Within seconds, FUSIS detects, analyzes, and connects every camera on the building's network and builds a separate secure feed to a single web-based platform known as FUSIS One. The video feed is securely encrypted and transmitted either by an ongoing live stream or on demand based on an alert. Policy-based sharing ensures video is only transmitted when required and adheres to the privacy considerations of its users. For example, schools may choose to limit video sharing to emergency situations, like an active shooter event, and unlike other video systems, Fusus brings internal cameras onto your platform as well. Businesses may choose to share live video across a multi-campus environment while sharing only on alarm to first responders. The Fusus camera registry also enables entire communities to collect and securely share camera locations and recorded video evidence between private and public sources. In the event of a theft, for example, police can automatically request footage. The store owner can securely share recorded as well as live video feeds to aid in the investigation. Plus, Fusus goes beyond video, enabling field-based users to transmit their location, send panic alerts, receive image and text alerts, and communicate directly with Fusus One via an iOS or Android-compatible app. Fusus resides at the intersection of public and private video and IoT, building bridges within communities, making smart cities smarter, and keeping their residents safer.
The big thing is out there, Big Brother. I always worry about that. I want my privacy protected, as I'm sure you do and you do.
Absolutely.
And I think we had to accent what we're trying to accomplish here, and it's not Big Brother. I think that's because I was sold on it. I'm not I don't want to intrude on anybody, and I'm sure nobody here does. But you can explain how we can segregate, separate from that from Big Brother.
It's a great question, Mayor, and it's a point that I have concern with as well. And I think what Glenn had explained and what we're going to really articulate with these homeowners or business owners is it's their choice. So residents, we never want to have access directly till they give us the video. That'll be after the crime occurs, because we don't want to be doing that to residents. So they would just send us, they would virtually be just letting us know they have the camera, so when a crime occurs, they would get a notification, and then they could share it with us if they want it. Because what we do now is, like what the sergeant said, we canvass an area, and we've solved many crimes this way, and we ask, hey, Mr. Jones, we had a car run down the street, we believe, can you check your Ring camera?
Let's go through that again. A resident registers their cameras.
Yes.
The only time if something happens in that area, you will then ask them for a video. Is that correct?
That's correct, Mayor.
Nothing
Yes.
live. You're not doing anything live.
The residential cameras will be nothing live. It'll be
Okay.
what was recorded, and then it's up to them to upload that to the Bensalem Police Department.
And just because they volunteered, that doesn't mean they have to give it to you, correct?
No, they can say no.
Okay, so
Correct.
That's correct, Mayor. It's on a case-by-case basis. If one incident, they say, yes, here's my video, the next incident, if they get an email, they can just decide, you know what, I'm not sharing my video this time. That's completely on the resident.
yeah, I want to just make it clear because, people get confused on that. They think, oh, you got our cameras and
Right.
But it's totally, nothing's live. It's something that if crime occurs, then you can ask them for the video. Is that correct?
That's
That
correct.
simple, right?
For the residents. Now, the
Yeah.
businesses.
No, yeah.
For the residents, you have it absolutely correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and then the businesses, I know you already have some. So, not to name any, but we know we have businesses that are already online, correct?
That's correct. And I just want to make one more point about the residents. They are able to upload their videos via a secure link that they're provided when we send an email.
Okay.
That's an encrypted link. Their video doesn't go anywhere else but in our system. The same with the businesses. Everything's encrypted. It has the highest security standards that are out there. These videos don't go anywhere except to the Bensalem Police Department after the fact, or the videos for the businesses. And you asked me to speak about the businesses. We have solved crimes and arrested people with a couple of the businesses that have already provided us access to their cameras. And this was in a pilot program, and the pilot program was so successful that we have decided to put this out to you, Mayor, to all the residents, to all the businesses, because we want to take this platform from this big to this big and get the community involvement. This helps the community members and the residents and the businesses help us, help them. So the buy-in from the community and the businesses is so important to this. And once all these people come together and work as a team, you're about team players. And I think that the team with the residents and businesses in the Bensalem Police Department, this is just going to be an amazing piece to this addition to what we already do here in Bensalem Township.
Somebody comes and they call my office. My explanation will be generic. Obviously, they could call you, correct?
Yes.
Or Glenn.
Yes.
And
Our plan will be to, after this airs to the residents, to on the social media, to push out a lot of information that'll have contact information for Glenn, myself, and it'll have a lot of literature explaining the program so they can watch this show and then they can also read all the material that we're going to post. So it's very transparent. It'll be very easy to follow, but they can certainly call or visit the police department and we'll walk them through any of the steps.
yeah, and I can't speak on some of the cases that I know about, but this has really helped in major cases to be able to solve these crimes. And at this day and age with what goes on around, I'm telling you, it scares you to death. But we need to protect ourselves, and this is another way to protect the citizens and the businesses. Crime's rampant. I mean, it's just, and anybody watches this in social media, that Bensalem has the best police department. That's not it on the table here. What's on the table here is how can we help them solve more crimes and get it done faster and maybe prevent crimes, maybe prevent them. So anything you want to add to this, please, Glenn?
Absolutely. We want to prevent crimes, but you know what this also does, Mayor? This also makes it much safer for our police officers. So if they're able to, let's say we get a call to business of a burglary in progress or some other emergency, and we're able to look at live cameras in the business before the police officers even get there, that gives us such great situational awareness going into this that the officer's safety, which is paramount when we respond to these crimes, is just so much better utilizing this technology. Matter of fact, this technology is being used in major cities around the country, but we have it here in Bensalem Township thanks to you.
This is a big initiative, and it'll allow our police and first responders to look at the cameras in the schools. We could see what the response is. We could watch our guys. We could see if people are injured. What difference this makes to first responders is incredible, because the single factor working against you with responding to injuries like this is time.
Investigators going out, literally walking block to block, looking up at cameras, trying to determine which business may own that camera, inquiring inside. All this takes hours or days of investigative time to try to determine, in fact, where these cameras are coming from. We're trying to more quickly obtain video evidence of criminal activity. This initiative will take off, and we'll be able to expand our network of safety throughout the city.
We can see real time what's going on, and that really helps us monitor those events and make sure that they're safe. That officer can literally live stream what they're seeing when it's happening. It's phenomenal technology.
What's really neat about this is it can take hundreds of video feeds at once. When they need to know what's going on, it's going to make the big difference for everyone's safety. This is safer for our first responders, safer for our kids, safer for our community. It's really awesome, and I'm very excited about this.
And if I could comment, Mayor, Glenn had mentioned the pilot program. So one of our businesses that Glenn had mentioned had a burglary in the middle of the night. And a typical business, when they have a burglary occur, we don't get video till the next day. The alarm company contacts them after the crime, right? I mean, they might get the notification, but it takes 15, 20 minutes for them to get out to confirm it, to say if it is a burglary or not. In the recent case we had, our officers got live video immediately of the burglars in the yard. So we were able to respond to that, know where they were, and apprehend them. So without this type of technology, that may have gone unsolved, but we actually stopped that crime in its tracks. So they didn't lose any material from their business. So that's why it's so key, because business owners will often call and say, what can I do? What can help me to stop being a victim? And I think this gives the officers the safety, the intelligence, but it helps us stop crime as it's being committed. So it just gives us much greater chance to apprehend and deter. So
Where's that fuses? This is for businesses. I want to make that clear because we're talking two different issues here. We're talking about homeowners and we're talking about businesses. This goes into business. This has nothing to do. Explain that.
No.
I just want to make sure they're clear.
Sure. Once again, for businesses, this plugs into their camera network, which then gives the live view access. When it comes to the residents, all they're doing is telling us that they have a camera at their home. It does not give us access at all. Once again, it's a case-by-case basis. When they send a secure link, they can either upload it or decide not to. It's completely their choice.
I hope this is clear because they made it very clear to me. I understand it. I think it's a great thing that we have now, a tool to go. So if you have any questions, really, and if you call my office, we'll get you tied up, and I'm sure you'll see on the screen at the end of the show, there'll be all kind of information who to contact. But you can contact certainly the director or Glenn, and they're I guess the gurus on this. So, I hope that you understand it, and any questions, and certainly a homeowner wants to know, please get in contact with us. We hope that everybody gets involved with this. It's about solving crimes and safety for our police officers. So other than that, I'll give you the last word.
just to put people more at ease with the residents, years ago we used to like to know who had an alarm system, but we wouldn't ask you for your code to get in the house. We just wanted to know who had it in the township. So it's like that. We're not asking to get in the system, just know you have it. That's all we want.
Okay.
Thank you,
Director,
Mayor.
thank you.
Mayor, thank you.
Glenn.
Appreciate it.
He does have his title, is Detective Sergeant.
Yes,
So
that's it, Detective
I
Sergeant.
called him Glenn, I apologize for that, but anyway.
You can call me whatever you like.
We have a great team here in Bensalem. Until next time, everybody, God bless.